We got a lot to get done this morning. We're gonna go through the whole house, clean it. So I'm about to make some rapid fire bulletproof coffee and get the green bean casserole in the oven and show you the supplements that I bought that I actually think that we all should be taking, no matter what your lab values are at. It's almost something that's essential, unless you're obviously a person that has, you know, uh, vitamin counts and stuff in vitamin 3, vitamin K that are up to par, then obviously you shouldn't supplement if you're okay. But I don't get any sun anymore, and I'm always indoors. I don't get outside exposed to anything, so just knock that out now. I ended up getting some ancestral supplements, the grass-fed kidney formula, to add some more organs into my diet, and then I ended up getting some from Now Mega D3 with MK7, Monoquin 7, and it's 5,000 IU's a pill, and it's 180 micrograms of vitamin K2 a pill. So I'm going to be taking that every day now. Angie, she started taking hers last night. So basically, I'm going to get this bulletproof coffee started here. Ooh, that lens is kind of dirty, isn't it? Let's see. This is a local company. It's called Gun Barrel Coffee, Zero Dark 30. This stuff is pretty strong. It's good stuff. This is that rapid fire keto coffee that I like to drink sometimes. Not necessary. You guys know I'm not a big fan of the bulletproof coffee all the time, but on mornings like today when you gotta get rolling, it works. While that's going, I'm gonna get a pan and stuff out and get the green bean casserole rolling. I'm wondering if I should just take this thing, flip it around, and then put it on the front facing camera and then turn like the light on. That's probably better, isn't it, guys? Because I won't be able to monitor the screen while I'm doing this, but that looks like it's substantially better if I do it like that. I was trying to show you guys last night before I deleted the video because I kind of got a little crazy, but this is a Chicago cutlery set, and I ended up getting this set for $47 because of this little crack right inside of here. There's a crack. You can barely see it, but somebody returned it because it came to their home cracked. And these sets are down to about $225. They were up to almost $300, and I got this off Amazon for $47 because it was returned. I think there's a light over here too. That light must be out. Okay. Pop over here and check messages every once in a while, but I don't see no messages. Go ahead and put this oven on 350. $355, I don't know, whatever. The reason I'm doing this is because Andrew was saying if I make the mushroom pieces smaller, she'll eat them, but she doesn't like them in big chunks. So I want her to enjoy it. Kind of messy. Pink salt. These Prego Alfredos were like two for 99 cents or something like that, and I was like, let's just get it. It does have a little sugar to it, but it's only like 1 gram. It's not the cleanest product out there, but for around the holidays, trying to keep something low carb and still keep it tasty, I'm okay with something like this. I went out and got the French style cut green beans. And this is what I'm going to use for the green beans in this green bean casserole. Ouchie. I ended up getting myself. Ouch, 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 ouch. I should have never tried to grab it when it dropped. Little boo boo. Give him a little band-aid. That's right, Bob. That sucker hurt. I thought I'd try to be the hero of the day and grab it real quick before I would like spill out or before I could hit the ground. And I grabbed it way too hard and it hit the side of my finger. Some people say the green beans really are not keto because it's part of the legume family and it does have some carb count to it, but you're talking about like one entire can has like 8 grams of carbs to it. So and there's some fiber to it. Nobody really knows if it's 100% true whether or not you can subtract the fiber to the carbs because just like Dr. Eric Westman says, depending on your metabolic syndrome or how damaged your gut is, some fiber is actually going to affect people. So subtracting fiber to the carb count on every product is not necessarily what people should be doing. They should actually be counting it because you don't know how damaged you are. And these in the can are already pre-cooked. The last time I made it and I showed everybody how to do it fresh, I just want it easy. It's the holidays right now, so the canned stuff will be perfectly fine. I found this Perrier at what is this? Sam's Club? I think yeah. I found this Perrier at Sam's Club, and it was an entire 24 pack of Perrier for I think it was like $13.99 or something like that. These, I love these. I don't even. I guess I could say every once in a great while I might drink some water from the tap if I'm really thirsty, like really quick, and we don't have no cold water. But then even sometimes I'll grab the warm ones and I'll drink them anyway because I don't like the tap water. It just doesn't taste right to me. We're almost out. We're gonna have to go back. Did I say Perrier or San Pellegrino? This is San Pellegrino. We also drink Perrier, but we drink the flavored ones. Like this one is the hint of watermelon. It's got a little flavor to it. So we'll drink the mineral water from Perrier. It's nice to break up the monotony of drinking the same thing all the time. So that's another plus. Angie's brother calls us bougie bitches because we drink San Pellegrino. I guess if you drink San Pellegrino, you're thought of as some kind of person with money or something like that, or I don't know what it is, but I've heard that a couple times now, and that's not even necessarily the case, you know. I don't, I do all right, but I don't got a lot of money. Get back to this. Well, I'll put back. I'm gonna leave it on front facing. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll change it because it seems to be the picture. The picture is better the other way. The hell? And green beans, it has a good, you know, I guess if you're looking for bioavailability, you know, vegetables, some people say definitely aren't clean cut and dry the best way to get it, but it's got some potassium in it, calcium, a little bit of iron. I don't know. I like the way green beans taste. If you guys look at my name, you'll see I got a little bit of a name change actually. I don't even the keto mechanic stayed, but the end of it where it said fueled by fat home, I figured that was too long anyway. Yes, these are French style cut green beans. And I was just like, I'm just gonna call myself the black sheep of the family because I really don't do stuff the way any of the other keto or carnivore people do. So black sheep really does fit me because I find a lot of bullshit in a lot of the other stuff that these other people are putting out. Like a lot of the carnivores talk about how things are fact. A lot of keto people talk about how things are fact. A lot of the doctors, they talk about how things are fact, or they even give their opinion, but then 6 months later they've changed and they think something is completely different. And I'm to the point now where I'm just like, man, screw all you guys. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I don't have to follow nobody or do anything that the same way that anybody. I might even reinvent my own name for keto carnivore type dieting just because I don't want to be affiliated with any of that junk because they all change it around so much and it's ridiculous. Actually, the other day, I was listening to a guy talk about how, um, what was he saying? He was an adapt speaker, and he says keto is not a diet. And I'm like, dude, you can take a diet and adapt it and make it a lifestyle, but at the end of the day, no matter what you do or say, everything that you do in a habitual pattern is a diet. Quit being sensitive and letting people ruin your day or shit all over your feelings because you don't want to call something a diet. It is what it is. In itself, it is a diet. So I don't care what anybody says. They can argue with you to the moon. But why are there all these little sensitive snowflakes in everything that we do? And then everybody's got their own little, no, you got to do it this way. You got to do it this way. Stephanie Keto Person, she's one of the most ridiculous keto people out there that has 100,000 followers that gives complete trash advice. She just gives complete trash advice. And here she is, a really successful YouTuber, telling women that they should be consuming minimum 200 grams of fat per day. Where the hell did she pull that from? That came out of nowhere. She's completely ridiculous. I've seen women trying to do what she says, and it almost makes them sick because they're trying to gorge themselves in so much fat they can't even consume that much fat. So that's why I just quit. I quit following these people. I quit putting my effort into them and recommending them and all this other stuff because it's just completely ridiculous. They're a bunch of yahoos to me anymore. People just need to learn to live their life the way they so choose to do it and just figure out the best way that they want to partake in guiding their life in their own way and just quit listening to people. Have friendships and stuff like that, follow people and stuff online, see what's working for them. You could relate to each other and build those personal friendships, but all this mainstream stuff, it's all turned to just junk. It's all completely junk social media stuff now. And keto in general and carnivore in general, it's turning into this fashion show for everybody. It's the bandwagon jumpers. The vegans are wanting to come on to it to uptick their subscribers and stuff like that, entice new people to come onto their channel, and the carnivores are doing the same thing, and it's just completely ridiculous. That's why I just do my own thing now, and to hell with everybody else. Oh, I lost a couple scragglers. You got Dr. Paul Saladino copying Frank Tofano's channel. You got Dr. Barry's house burning down and clinic burning down, and he's supposed to be, this outstanding doctor or whatever that is completely from the South, and his Southern accent and charm and everything else. I mean, these people, there's so much stuff that's unbelievable going on in their lives that everything's just innocent. It's just by happenstance that these things happen. Did a vegan go do all this stuff? One day they're keto, the next day they're carnivore. It's all a bunch of junk to me. And people used to hate me talking out about that stuff and bringing it up. But now lately there's been so many people over the last few months where they're like, dude, we love the fact that you're talking about this because nobody else will do it. Nobody else will stand up to these guys. They're all bullshit. They're all bullshit. Especially Paul. I used to be on Paul's team basically. Everything was about Paul Saladino. That dude's the biggest scapegoat ever. Stealing Frank Tufano's videos and mimicking exactly what he says, and then he wants to go on all these podcasts and stuff. And in the meantime, calling himself a doctor when he's not even done with his grad stuff yet. I mean, now he is, but now he's selling a book all of a sudden. How could you go from not knowing anything about this a year ago to now all of a sudden you're considered a professional and you've only been doing this stuff for a year? I mean, I've known keto people, just regular people like me and you, that have been doing this 10 times longer than these guys and don't even consider themselves professionals because they don't have an MD in front of their name. That's what I don't get. Paul's brand new to the scene. Now all of a sudden he's some kind of professional keto doc or carnivore doctor. Get the hell out of here. He didn't even know what carnivore was until like a year and a half ago. And now he's got a book and coaching and all this other stuff. He didn't build his body with carnivore. He saw something rising and he jumped on the bandwagon, and now he's using it to his advantage to get other people involved. And you're going to see more and more and more and more. Yeah, but I'm not, people complain about my videos all the time, Scott. People are like, oh, you're not professional. You shouldn't be showing people, food videos because your nails have some dirt under them while you're doing it. And that's disgusting. Some lady chewed me out for like a half of a day, leaving me all these nasty messages because I didn't clean my hands good enough for her standard, or a little bit of the beef I was cooking on one side of the pan touched some food that was on the other side of the pan. And she's like, oh my God, that's cross-contamination. You're so disgusting in your video. Shut the hell up. You some kind of snowflake that obviously never had germs in her life or something like that. I mean, just ridiculous people. They're going to just let their feelings just roll out on their sleeves. Feelings. But the good thing about that whole entire situation was there was actually people that came forward and was telling her, like, just get out of here. We like his videos. Just leave him alone. Why do you even care? I put that cream cheese in there because it seems to hold the thickness of like the sauce after you put it in the oven with like the Alfredo sauce and stuff in it. So it kind of pulls together that runniness and keeps it somewhat like a thicker sauce. And then the other day, I'm looking Frank's videos, and I kind of lightened up on Frank some because I kind of see some of what he's talking about with how fake some of the keto and carnivore, like doctors and stuff are, and how people do actually take his content because he does do a lot of research and actually studying up on stuff and taking notes, even though it's not his content, and I don't really think he has the right to tell people or complain about people taking his content. Yes, they didn't do the work to get it, but it's not his work to begin with. I do think that he does deserve a lot more respect than what he's actually getting. I mean, he has helped lots and lots of people. And he devotes, all his time during the day to running his channel. So I think that, Frank does have a right to be somewhat of the way he is. He's a little too much sometimes, but go ahead. What? What's up? There's some of that water. I think there's one bottle, isn't there? Left? Or no? Yeah, there's a cold one right there if you want it. You know, the people like Suzanne Ryan that runs her own keto group and like for literally for long periods of time has been helping people, and she's got her own cookbook and stuff like that. People like that are the ones that deserve the attention, the ones that have actually put in the grunt work and stuff instead of just coming onto the scene as a doctor and then all of a sudden saying, okay, I'm a keto doctor now, come see me. I've only been doing this for a year or two and I'm already a professional. It took you, 6 to 8 years to get through med school, and then you had to do residency and everything else on top of that. And now all of a sudden you do keto for a year or two and you're considered a professional? Get out of here. Seriously. I know people that had just started keto 3 or 4 years ago that give better advice than some of these new keto doctors that are out. It's ridiculous. The other day I was kind of in the middle of a conversation with one of the keto doctors. Somebody was talking about how she's only got a little bit of weight to lose and she wants to lose the rest of her weight. And there's a couple big name actually keto people that are well known in some of the decent sized groups that have been doing it. They do their own coaching programs and stuff, and it just amazed me at the shit advice that was being put out by these people, including one of the doctors that was leaving comments, and there was like a nutritionist involved. And the first thing that they said to this lady right away was, oh, you're under eating. Wait a second. How do you even know that? You didn't ask anything about medical conditions. You didn't ask anything about physical activity. You asked nothing about this lady's lifestyle. You didn't ask if she was on taking any kind of medications. None of that. You just went straight to you're probably under eating. It's ridiculous that somebody like me that's not a doctor, that has been doing this for a long time, has to correct somebody that's thought of as a professional. Like, even at the end of it, people agreed with me, like, you guys jumped the gun way too fast on that, and that was not professional at all. You should have asked way more questions before stating, oh, you're under eating and all this. It was ridiculous. And then even on my personal group that I run, my keto group, Keto Carnivore Nation Official, um, the same thing. I might add like another can of green beans to these. These look really, really. It looks really runny, like not runny, but it looks like I could probably get another can in here and be completely fine. Or maybe not. Maybe I should just. You know what? I'm gonna add another can. Screw it. Dr. Greger didn't practice. Berg practiced, but what gets me about Berg is the fact that Berg gave up so easy. He got slapped in the wrist a few times by the medical board, and then all of a sudden quit and bail. And now all of a sudden he's living high off the horse or high off the hog on social media. And he doesn't have to push supplements, people. He's got over 3 million followers. All he has to do is just mention a supplement, and by the end of the day, he's already sold 10,000 orders. So people tell me all the time, well, he's not forcing you to do it. Well, he's not forcing you to do it, but all he has to do is just say something about it, and it's done. People follow him so blindly. I'm going to add So this is going to be 5 cans total. I just underestimated the amount of product I needed for this big pan. It's just way too creamy. It would be obnoxious to have that much cream and not enough green beans. So after all, it's called green bean casserole. So I made a... So really the recipe should be for 5 cans of green beans, not 3 like I had thought. So it's 5 cans of the French style green beans, the large pan, a full block of cream cheese, and a full jar of the Alfredo sauce. And then you just basically dice up some onions. I did half red, half yellow. See, now it's more like the classic style looking. I made this the other night, and Angie was like, "Oh my God, dude, it's so good. I could eat this all the time." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make some more then. If I find something you like that's healthier than how you were eating, I'm definitely gonna make it more often." What did I get, the full can or? No, I got 3/4. There's still like a quarter inside the jar. So I did 3/4 of a jar, not the full jar. Yeah, this is much, much, much better. Now I'm gonna pop this in the oven. About 30 minutes. And the flip-floppers, another thing, the flip-floppers really, really, really get to me because they don't do anything long enough before they start complaining about it, saying it doesn't work. And people would like the clickbait titles on their videos and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. It's like, really, I love Logan Sneed's content. He's an inspiration to a lot of people. But there's a lot of clickbait titles he puts up, and then you get to the end of the video and you're like, dude, I just watched a 15-minute video for, oh, the reason my day is bad is because my book is pushed out another week before it's released. Dude, you got a book. It's going to be released. Relax. This stuff happens. It's normal. Your day being ruined because it's going to be another week before your book's released. Come on, man. Seriously. Don't count your blessings. Be very, very thankful for what you have. That's not a setback. That's just a minor stump in the road compared to what life can throw your way. You've already made it this far. Be patient. I'm thinking my day is bad or whatever. My cancer has come back, or keto is not working anymore, or something like that. Not, it's going to be, 5 days before my book is released, or they're fixing a problem. Right? It's some of this stuff really bothers me because I'm like, dude, people look up to you. Chill with that stuff, man. The reason I got this sweater on is because I got the patio door open. And I'm going to be cleaning the house and stuff today with Ange, and I wanted to kind of get some airflow through the house, even though it's cold. So, I'm going to clean this cast iron skillet now. Normally what I would do is I would use a really, really, really heavy, coarse
kosher salt and I would rub it in. I would just get in there and just rub the kosher salt into the pan and knock off as much as I can and then wash it out. But I'm actually going to wash it this time because it's been a while since it's actually been fully washed, greased, and re-seasoned. So that's the process I'm going to go through now. You don't have to stay for that, but I just figured I'd hang out with you guys a little bit this morning. I want something a little bit more. The water in this apartment building is extremely hot. So like running my hand through it right now, I can almost feel my fingertips cooking. Now I'm going to open it back up real quick and I'll show you something that I do before I try to season it. What I mean to open it back up is this water is extremely hot here. You can almost see it start to steam coming off of it. I don't know if they got the furnace in this apartment building turned it up as high as it'll go, but it's super uncomfortable with how hot it is. You barely touch it and it like burns your hand. So I run the hot water through here and I get this pan as hot as I possibly can. With water, I should say. just a little bit of water in the bottom like this. And I'll take some sea salt or kosher salt. As I'm done washing it, I took all the impurities out of it. Now I'm going to take this salty water and just rub it everywhere that I can. Try to get all that salt to dissolve in the water. And then I'm going to dump it out, dry it out, and then I'm going to season it with olive oil. Everybody's got all the wives' tales about baking it and putting it on this and that. You just have to get the pan hot to open up the pores, or open up to make it less dense so the oil and stuff can saturate the metal. There's no magic way to do it. Baking does seem to open it up the fastest, but there's lots of ways to do it, not just one. Okay. Stove top. I've got the burner on right now. I'm cooking off any of that moisture that's on the top. We gotta go through and clean everything today, scrub the floors. We're gonna do all that stuff, so just leaving it all on the just trying to get it warm. I'm not trying to get it piping hot. That's good enough. I use that same wet rag I used to dry it out because water and oil repel each other. So I know this is not going to try to take the oil out of the pan and soak it up into the rag as much. It's just lightly damp. So on the bottom, I'm just going to lightly coat everything, and then I'm going to wipe it off because I don't want the seasoning to be as much on the bottom. I'm just trying to treat the metal so it doesn't rust. Gosh dog it. Technical difficulties. Done. And now I'll come back a few times during the day and I'll see if that pan dries up. If it doesn't dry up and it sits here with this stove going, the stove is hot, it's keeping the pan kind of hot, all that stuff will be able to kind of soak in there. That's all you need. You just need some heat. You just need to allow it to get in there. All this bacon stuff and everything else, you really don't need to do all that. What's up, my dear? What are you looking for? Tea? Like on the stove type tea? Oh. Alright guys, you don't have to stay around for any of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to start cleaning up in here. And let's see what this casserole looks like real quick before I close it out. It smells good. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. I'm going to leave it in here about another 15-20 minutes and pull it out. Try to get some golden brown on the top of it. Anyway, that's that. Have a great weekend. Be blessed.